But anyway, this guy got a JADO unit, and he attached it to his car. And the Arizona police report says something like this. The facts as best can be determined that the operator of the 67 Impala, guy was actually smart, he used his new Lexus, he used 67 Impala, hit JADO ignition at a distance of approximately 3 miles from the crash site. This was established by the prominent scorched and melted asphalt at that location. That was a clue. The road was blown apart where this thing took off. The JADO, if operating properly, would have reached maximum thrust within 5 seconds, causing the Chevy to reach speeds well in excess of 350 miles per hour. And continuing at full power for an additional 20 seconds. The driver, soon to be pilot, most likely would have experienced G-forces usually reserved for dogfighting F-14 jocks under full afterburners, basically causing him to become insignificant for the remainder of this event. Now, Steve and I took off on a ramp, and we went from 0 to 150 in 1.7 seconds. I don't know about you, Steve, but I was totally insignificant. It was 1.7 seconds, but I knew I'd scream for at least 5 seconds. However, the automobile remained on the straight highway for about 2.5 miles, which took 15 seconds, before the driver applied and completely melted the brakes, blowing the tires, leaving thick rubber marks on the road surface. Now, apparently when this happened, the General Motors engineers forgot to test the 67 Impala for certain configurations. And one of those happened to be when it's going at 350 miles an hour and you shear the tires off, it actually becomes an airfoil and becomes airborne, which it did. It became airborne for an additional 1.4 miles. Yeah, this guy, I withhold his name to protect the family, just call him Bubba. Bubba's first in-flight experience. Actually, I wonder what the guy in front of him thought. Anyway, 1.4 miles impacted the cliff face at a height of 125 feet, leaving a blackened crater 3 feet deep in the rock. Imagine the cops finding this thing. It looks like an airplane crash, but it's an automobile, 125 feet below road surface. So fascinating story. Fascinating story. In fact, the guy won the Darwin Award. And the Darwin Award is an award they give to somebody for doing the gene pool the best service by killing themselves in the most extraordinary, stupid way. So they won the Darwin Award. Now, what's that got to do with us is this. I see a lot of creators in companies. I see a lot of creators in companies where people take on the latest rocket idea, they strap it to the organization, and then they take off, and then they impact. So I'm not here to give you the latest rocket idea. You probably have already read about most of them. I'm here to help you prevent craters. Reporters could never accept that answer. There must be something else here. They always ask him. And until he got tired of answering, he finally said, okay, experience. Great, how'd you do experience? Made a lot of mistakes. You see, what happens is this is where all the consultants show up, and they act like they've been there all along, and then they go write the book. And they say, well, they did that right, 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 did that right. Those are the chapters of the book. And you buy the book, and you go home and try to do it. It doesn't work. Well, nothing wrong with you. You've just been had. You've been conned. That's why they call it consulting. Now, how to open it up is you can do this. You can actually list the areas of breakdown that are stopping your vision from becoming a reality. Okay? The mission you have, the strategy you have for your organization, you're probably well aware of what's stopping you. It's the time, it's the breakdowns, the unmet expectations.